To unraveling the moves behind the headlines. This is Naija Pulse Podcast, where gist meets with governance for the culture, for the future.
That's right. It's your favorite dynamic duo, serving you the hottest trend and the juiciest gist. My name is Adinla, and riding with me is...
Becca Beckin. And we're ready to rock and roll. So many drama in Nigeria, but we're going to take you to the Yorubaland. Hey, there's a lot of rift between the Ooni of Ife and the Alaafin of Oyo. What do you think about it?
That's a whole lot. Now, this seems to be a battle of supremacy. And then, I think this has been brewing for a long time because in May 2025, at the event of the First Lady, now, when the Ooni of Ife came in, other monarchs stood up to greet him, but the Alaafin of Oyo remained seated. Now, later in June, I think, at the West African Economic Summit, yes. It seems like they both snubbed each other. And then, although both palaces have come out to deny that there's nothing like rift, but then it seems like from what we saw, they snubbed each other. So this seems to have been brewing for a long time, and this could really cause a lot of disunity in Yorubaland.
So it's safe to say there's drama in the land, pretty much.
Serious drama.
So for those of you that do not know what has been happening, the Ooni of Ife conferred the title of Okanlomo of Yorubaland.
Okanlomo of Yorubaland.
So he conferred this title upon engineer Dr. Sanusi, and he said it was because of his commitment to the economic growth of Yorubaland, and the Alaafin of Oyo was not having it at all.
But I think it was too extreme of the Alaafin of Oyo going to give the Ooni of Ife 48 hours openly to reverse his action.
That's what you call core audacity. And there was an open letter he sent to the Ooni of Ife, and in his letter he was like, he's braggadocious, he's boastful, he rides off the back of every other person, and he acts like he's above the law. And he stated that his action is very unlawful. And there's a lot of speculation, pertaining what the law says, what the law doesn't say.
Yeah, talking about the law. If we take this back in the days, now, I don't think matters like this, royal matters, have been settled in the court or settled within the laws. But then, if we're talking about legally, I think it's all within the law. But traditionally, I think this is a breach to ancestral protocol.
I agree, because I know matters of the palace, they will take you to, those places.
Of course, we have spiritual consultation.
Exactly.
At least why not consult if on this instead of taking it to...
Will you say this is a millennial era that is trickling into the traditional way of doing things? Will you say that is what is causing this rift, or it's just power?
Maybe, but then I think the bigger picture should be the disunity this can cause in Yorubaland. And that's why I think... prominent figures are now lending their voice. People like Gani Adams has come out to say the unity of Yorubaland is more important than the royal ego of any traditional ruler.
I agree, because these people are like our royal fathers, if you think about it. And they should not be concerned with, being power drunk, if I do say so myself. They should be concerned about the welfare of the indigenes of Oyo State.
Honestly, because you said they are our royal fathers, but then we should ask ourselves, are these people actually giving us fatherly duties and responsibilities? Because I think there's a lot going on in the country. Too much development. Health sector development is there. Are these people letting their people know, sensitizing their people about all of these things?
I actually do agree, because these are royal fathers, and they are the ones that are supposed to be upholding the traditional core values of Yorubaland. And then bringing it to the public makes people like the millennials and Gen Zs ridicule it and talk about what they do not even know. Just like on the streets of Twitter, now known as X, JJ Omojowa said, and I quote, "Going by the ultimatum, does it mean Oyo will march on Ife tomorrow? They didn't have Twitter in the 18th century, so they couldn't tweet about this. Happy to post it 300 years later. Will the missiles be sent by press statements or physical and spiritual arrows?" Question of the day.
That's so hilarious. And now, the spokesperson of the Ooni of Ife has responded to the Alaafin of Oyo. And here is what it says. As seen on Instablog, it says, "Empty threat from a dead empire."
Hey.
Ooni of Ife spokesperson dismisses Alaafin's 48 hours ultimatum.
Hey.
Now, this is getting really hot.
Fire for fire. This is what
and now, look at the comments. Look at the comment I'm saying there, probably from a Gen Z. This says, Ilari Oyo Ogunde.
What does that even mean?
That is, Oyo, get ready for war.
War is coming. He said he's not going to respond to the undignified utterances of the Alaafin of Oyo. This is getting out of hand. And I feel like both of them should, sit back and reflect on their actions and how this is an insult to their institution, an insult to the Yorubaland and its tradition that has been upheld before our forefathers and our fathers' fathers and our ancestors, And I really think that as royal fathers, they should be sensitizing the people or the indigenes of Oyo State.
Yeah, because I think that is a positive takeout from this old drama. Now that our royal fathers know their popularity, their influence, they should take advantage of this to properly sensitize the people of their community, people of their kingdom.
I agree. Nigeria is evolving and becoming a better nation at large. There's so much work in the aviation space, in the health space, in the public sector.
In fact, generally, the Nigerian economy is on it.
I love that. A lot of work is being done in the health sector. Recently, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has ordered a dialysis subsidy program that a lot of federal hospitals will benefit from. In this order, he says that dialysis will cost, it will drop from 50,000 to 12,000 naira, dropping by 76%. And this is a huge win for a lot of people that cannot afford, a lot of dialysis session weekly.
That is massive. And setting the record straight, there is no geopolitical zone that has been left out of the pilot phase of this wonderful initiative.
Wow.
Here is a list of states that are beneficiaries of this initiative. The Aminu Kano Teaching Hospital, the University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital, the FMC Abuja, the FMC Ebute Metta, University College Teaching Hospital Ibadan, UCH, University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital, UMTH.
From the north to the south to the east and to the west, a lot of federal hospitals will be benefiting from this, especially FMC Abeokuta, Luth in Lagos, FMC in Azare, that's in Bauchi, UBTH in Benin, and UCTH in Calabar. I cannot just imagine the number of people that have kidney diseases that would literally, I don't want to say they would enjoy this because it's not a good thing for them to be sick and have kidney failure, but I think this is a weight that will be lifted off their shoulders.
Yeah, but then at the end of the day, prevention is actually better than cure, So our youth, we should also let us know, and Nigerians at large, let us be mindful of what we put in our system. Sex and
that are performers, you want to last long. You are taking
performance enhancer.
And record.
Have you checked these stuffs? The materials these stuffs are made of. I don't want to call names. And you know the impact of these stuffs in your body system. So prevention is actually better than cure. As much as the government is making all of these things, putting things in place to treat people with diabetes.
Take care of yourself at the end of the day. And also, the federal government has been said to release over 32 billion naira for the expansion of over 8,000 primary healthcare services. And this would, help people be saved quickly. Ambulances will be, sent out in accident scenes. A lot of people will be trained as well. So a lot of work is being done in the health sector.
That is really amazing. And it will help people now get access.
Yeah.
Affordable access to healthcare. That is amazing. This will solve the problem of, people dying, maternity, casualties and all of that.
Okay, so we're going to pull up a fact sheet that takes us deeper into the health sector and all the initiatives that are being put in place. For expecting mothers and children, there is going to be, or there has been rather, 6 million pregnant women that have received micronutrients, and 4,000 women have gotten free cesarean section, and 60,000 midwives have been, kitted well for them to ensure that there's safe delivery for a lot of women.
There's also primary health revitalization. Over 8,800 primary health centers renovated or launched nationwide.
That is amazing. And you know that a lot of young Nigerians and very well-equipped and educated doctors are currently leaving Nigeria. And we're like, where are the well-equipped and intelligent doctors where federal government is currently training a lot of youths, and there's this program called Health Fellows Program. It's a deployment of over 774 health leaders, and it's being done by taking a youth from every local government. This is to drive community change, and it's just to ensure that people are in this sector.
So just to say, we have 774 youths across Nigeria benefiting from this.
Yes,
This is
sir.
massive.
Yes,
This is
sir.
massive.
Yes, sir. There's also a funding and infrastructure program where over 86.8 billion is being disbursed under BHCPF. And this was within 2023 to 2024. And an additional 200 million. I'm seeing big numbers. My brain is about to explode. But yeah, additional 200 million US dollars has been approved to bridge health aid gaps. So these infrastructures will ensure that there are, proper equipment, infrastructure for, surgeries to run the right tests, and things are in place.
Yeah, with the government pumping a lot of money into the health sector, that shows you this is a government that cares about the welfare of its people. But then our royal fathers, like we mentioned earlier, should do well to sensitize the people about these benefits.
I agree. So a lot of people are literally saying that the regime attention is not being paid to the cries of the people. And I hope that with all of these facts that we've given you, you are being heard and you're being seen. Things will not take place immediately or when we want them to, but you need to know that things are already in play and things are being done. So the president of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, loves you and he cares for you and is putting things in place so that you can live longer, you're well taken care of. Things can be better, but things are, progressing, in my opinion.
Yeah, gradually, the Nigeria of our dream is becoming achievable. And this is really commendable on the part of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for these landmark policies, initiatives that can better the life of Nigeria. This is more like welfare policies.
Cheers to that. I'm really looking forward to more drama on the streets of social media. They should continue this riff so that we can talk about this. All this and more here on Naija Pulse Podcast,
where we have unbiased conversation about governance, economy, and culture. Do well to follow us on our social media handles.
On Instagram at Naija Pulse Podcast, on TikTok at Naija Pulse Podcast, on X at Naija Pulse Pod, and on YouTube, do well to subscribe, like, and share at Naija Pulse Podcast. We are your hosts. My name is Becca Beckins.
And I am Adinla. Hi.